Hey guys, good morning. I am back by the way. And for today's video, I'll be tagging you along or I'll bring you along with me as I travel to Cebu City. And actually, this is also the first time that I'm going back to Cebu or commuting there after, like, I think it's now 8 months of being restricted to travel due to the pandemic. So right now we're able to travel back to Cebu provided that we have proper documentation and we're wearing also masks and face shields as required when you go out or you go somewhere. So yep, as you can see now, I'm inside this multi-cab and there are like barriers installed by the drivers. I think they're doing it on their own to also implement social distancing. So before the pandemic, actually, this kind of vehicle can accommodate up to 16 passengers at a time, and that's too crowded and people sitting right next to each other, shoulder to shoulder, and no social distancing. But right now during this pandemic, that downsized to 50% capacity on each jeepney. Alright guys, so we've arrived at our first destination, which is the My Bus terminal, and it's just right across this road. So I'm just gonna walk past this area. And by the way, this is not the first time that I'm going to SMC side because I've been there a couple of times. So I know what requirement I need to bring and what precautionary or safety procedures they're doing before you can hop the inside the bus or you can get in the bus. So before you buy your tickets, if you don't have the MyBus card, they will first need to check your temperature, and then you will write down your name on their logbook for contact tracing. And yeah, I'm inside the bus by the way. So one requirement is your quarantine pass or barangay pass together with your ID. If you don't have that, you can bring your certificate of employment and an ID as well, or a travel pass with an ID. As you can see, there are some notes that are also taped in between seats. So it's like one seat apart when you travel through or with my bus. And this is a sample of my barangay pass, by the way. Alright guys, I've arrived already, and that, by the way, there is the Cebu Ocean Park. So I'm inside SM, and before you can enter the mall, by the way, you will need to present your quarantine pass again, and you'll have your hands sanitized. They have a hands-free sanitizer. And after that, you will need to also scan the QR code right after you go in. That's for contact tracing. So yeah, just follow whatever they ask you to do for the good of everybody. And right now I'm just strolling inside the mall because the bus going to my destination, or the Fuente area, is not here yet, and I still have an hour to wait for the bus. So yep, I'm just here roaming around and showing you around. Now I'm inside the bus going to Fuente Osmania Circle. And this is, by the way, a free ride going there. So this saves me a penny, right? And it's also like one seat apart. Only one person can sit in each row. And as you can see, it's not really that crowded. So there are only a few people going to that area where I'm also going. Okay, so we have arrived. I'm now in front of Robinson's Fuentes Mania, and I'm gonna be walking towards Mango Avenue because the buses going to Ayala malls are gonna pass by there. So as I was heading here, I spoke to one citizen of Cebu, and he mentioned that there are no longer jeepneys operating here, so it's primarily buses and taxis. So those are the form of transportation during this new normal situation. And if you have a private vehicle or a bicycle, that's better because it saves you time waiting outside under the heat of the sun, not knowing when you will arrive to your destination. But if you have extra cash, then you can ride a taxi. Alright, people, I'm heading home now, and we're actually passing Colon Street. This is on the way to the Gaisano Metro area, if, for all of you who are familiar. So, this used to be the busiest, the most crowded, and the most traffic part of downtown Cebu because of the jeepneys like operating, and this is also the like kind of like the noisiest part because barkers or GP barkers are looking for passengers and check the usual thing. Guys, riding this bus and then passing by this area, I feel like I'm a tourist actually. That's pretty cool. So don't worry about the fare because it's just affordable. From Fuente Osmeña going to Bulacau area, that's 15 pesos only. It's 30 cents when converted to dollars. Okay, so we're now passing by Sanshanko Street going to Elizabeth Mall. The only difference is that there are no jeepneys roaming around anymore. But aside from those, people's jeep and some buses and taxis. So I guess that's it, people. And I hope this helps you or gives you an idea on what to expect when you travel to Cebu City. So always just keep safe, everyone, and make sure to, again, observe social distancing whenever you travel and bring face masks and face shields and some sanitizers as well. Okay, God bless to all of us. That's it for now. Have a nice day and thanks again for watching. Bye.